Hello everyone, today I would like to show you some of the common sensors that you can use in a number of electronics projects with various microcontrollers. A sensor is a device that produces an electrical output on detection of a change in certain physical, electrical or chemical properties, for example, temperature, light intensity, orientation, speed, and many more other factors, as I'll be pointing out with the different sensors here. So there are very many sensors. I can't mention all of them here, but here I'm only showing you some of the sensors that I have on my workbench, and I'm certain these are among the commonest sensors that you may need in a number of projects, especially for beginners and electronics hobbyists. Sensors come in various types and work in different ways, but in this video I'm not going to be going too much into the details of how each of these sensors is working, because I already have a number of other tutorials where I've shown the details of workings of the different sensors, and even have a number of projects including some of these sensors, and the ones which I have not yet done any projects with. I'm going to be doing more projects in the future with those sensors. So let's begin looking at the sensors one by one. Let me begin with the very small ones. There's this one. This is rather small. This is a light dependent resistor, or they call it a photoresistor, used for detecting light intensity. I've also done some projects with this sensor. It can be used in a number of projects like in solar panel tracking and automatic day and night lighting. There is another one. This is the DS18B20 digital temperature sensor. However, this sensor also comes in another format. It has another wire sensor. This one, it's the same sensor. This is the DS18B20 temperature sensor. So although this one can be used in projects where you're having to deal with waterproof properties, I've done a project on this. I'll be putting links to the projects that you can use for reference. Yeah, another one is this one. This is an IR receiver. They call the TSO1838 IR receiver. Yeah, this one is very important, especially if you're using the IR remote control. I've also had another projects about how this one works. Another small one is this one. This is a TTP223 touch sensor. Actually, this one is a simple switch, but instead of using the normal tactile switches, this one can also be used as a touch switch. Then we have this one comes in two parts. This is a laser module, and it has two parts. This one is the laser transmitter, and this is the receiver. So if you're interested in projects involving security using laser beams, and you can use this sensor here. Okay, let's go to the temperature sensor. It is the DHT11 or DHT22 temperature and humidity sensor. So it's a very common type of sensor for temperature measurement and humidity measurement. I have this small sensor here, small one. It's called a BME280 for measuring temperature, humidity, and pressure. I also have done a tutorial on this one. I can check it out. Next, we have a tilt sensor. Yeah, this one can come with the unattached board, or it can come as the sensor only. Yeah, it cannot come in two forms. You can either get the tilt sensor like this one here, the normal tilt sensor, or you can get the tilt sensor with the other digital board, because normally the signals from this sensor are analog form, so you need this other converter to convert the signals to digital form so that it can be able to be read by a microcontroller. I have this one. This one is a force sensing resistor, or they call it a force sensor. I also have a tutorial regarding this one, how it works. It can be used as a switch, all weights, but the problem is not very accurate, so you cannot use it in projects that require accurate measurement of weight. For example, it cannot be used in a weighing scale because it's not very accurate. Okay, I have this PIR sensor, or they call it the passive infrared sensor. So this one comes with a lens. This lens can be removed. This is called the Fresnel lens. Actually, this is the inner part. This one is the pyroelectric sensor. It's the one which acts as a proximity sensor. So these sensors are very common, especially if you are having projects involving proximity or obstacle detection. You can use this kind of sensor. I also have the HC-SR04 ultrasonic sensor. These are among the commonest sensors for most electronic hobbyists and beginners, because there are very many projects involving this sensor here, and I've done a number of them, so you can check them out. I have this other one. It's also this one here. This is the IR sensor. Okay, this one is also used for object or obstacle detection. I've also done a number of projects with this. Okay, we got this one. This is called the MPU. Let me bring it closer. It's called the MPU 6050 accelerometer and gyroscope. Now that it's used for measuring the acceleration and orientation of objects. Also one of the most very useful sensor in a number of applications. Next to it is what we call the ADS 9960, which is used for gesture sensing and also has a color sensor on it also. I'll also be doing some projects in the future regarding this sensor here. Here I have the water level sensor. It's a water level sensor. I have done a number of projects on this. I'll put a link in the description on how to use this sensor here. This is a sound sensor, or they call it a microphone sensor. It's called a soil moisture sensor. If you're going to do projects in agriculture for detecting the moisture in the soil, you can use it in projects involving irrigation. It's a very common sensor also. Okay, yeah, there's this one. It's called a pulse sensor. Normally it's involved in projects that involve heartbeat measurement, or they call it the heartbeat sensor. Okay, let me go to these other ones at the back here. I have this is called the MQ2 gas sensor or smoke sensor, just for detection of gas or smoke. If you are doing projects involving smoke detection, this is the right sensor to use. The problem with this sensor is not very specific to which type of gas it is measuring or it's detecting. So there's another variant of this which is called the MQ3 for detecting alcohol. So one used in alcohol detection. So this one is just for general purpose detection of smoke. Then the MQ3 is for ethanol or alcohol detection. Then I have this one which I soldered on a board, but I hope you can see it. It's called the TCS 3200 or sometimes the 2300 color sensor. I've also done a project on this one. You can check it out. Next is the rain sensor. Yeah, if you have projects where you want to do automatic rain detection, I have a project on this about automatic windscreen wiper using this type of sensor. I think lastly I talk about this one. This is the RC522 RFID module. Was used for detecting radio frequency and comes in two parts. It has different tags here and then a transceiver. I've also done a project with this RFID module, and I also plan in the future to get more projects with this module because it is rather very useful in a number of aspects. So I think I've gone through most of these common sensors. You can just use this as reference for if you have any projects you want to do. I'll put a link in the description below, and also put some links to where you can be able to get these modules in case you want to use them in any of your projects. But like I said at the beginning, there are very many sensors. You cannot have all of them in your workshop. So the sensors come as work, but for beginners and general purposes, these are some of the most commonly used sensors around. I hope in the future I'll make another video when I get more sensors so that I can keep on updating you. Hope you've learned something new today. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other tutorials. Thanks for watching.